Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue to go through the reference materials. Excuse me. Today we are on the SA-7 Grail. SA-7 Grail. Oh, actually something I just noticed is I think this is saying the book that it's getting the details from. So this is from Jane's Armor and Artillery. These were obviously from Jane's All the World's Aircraft. And yeah, sure enough, Jane's fighting ships. So, okay, that's a pretty interesting detail. Anyways, back to where we were. SA-7 Grail. Title SA-7 Grail or 9M32 Strela 2. Type short-range IR surface-to-air missile. Development. SA-7 Grail is the NATO code and designation for this first-generation man-portable surface-to-air missile. The system is named Strela 2 by the Russians, and the missile is the designation 9M32. Development started in 1959, with the SA-7A first entering service in 1966. The Grail has been progressively developed since then, with SA-7B Grail or Strela 2M introduced in 1971, with improved seeker, warhead, and motor, and a Strela 3 version introduced in the mid-1970s with a more sensitive cooled IR seeker. Known principally as a surface-to-air missile, SA-7 has been reported as being used on Russian helicopters in the air-to-air role since the late 1970s. Description: SA-7 Grail is a tube-launched missile with two small rectangular moving control fins at the nose and four swept rectangular wings trailing from the tail. The missile is 1.42 meters long, has a body diameter of 72 millimeters and a wingspan of 0.3 meters. The missile weighs 9.2 kilograms for the SA-7A. Guidance is by IR seeker, with the early SA-7A version having an uncooled seeker with very limited capability. However, the sensitivity has been improved in the later missile versions. The missile is limited to tail aspect engagements. Specifications: SA-7A, length 1.42 meters, body diameter 72 millimeters, wingspan 0.3 meters, launch weight 9.2 kilograms, warhead 1.2 kilogram HE fragmentation, fuse impact, guidance IR, propulsion solid propellant, range 3 kilometers. SA-7B, length 1.44 meters, body diameter 72 millimeters, wingspan 0.3 meters, launch weight 10 kilograms, warhead 1.8 kilograms HE fragmentation, fuse impact, guidance IR, propulsion solid propellant, range 5 kilometers. Uniquely, we actually have a parts list here for this one. It's pretty rare that we get any of these outside of, the fighters and maybe on rare occasions the bombers. I mean, most of them are just geared to aircraft in general. But we see, what do we got here? A locking pin. We got the trigger, the thermal battery, the grip stock assembly, the IR seeker head, the stabilizing tail fins. Then we have the stabilizing fins, the rear sight, the foresight, and the sling pickups. In our photo album, there's one just laying on the ground. Here's a soldier actively aiming it. And here's another soldier actively aiming it. In our 3D view, we can see, hey, this one's actually got the little 3D triangle thing. But yeah, it's just a reuse of their other MANPAD model, so nothing much to say here. Oh. Actually looks... It's funny how, like, once you get to a certain point, it just kind of clips through him. So it should be, like, this is how it should look, but at certain angles it ends up being behind him. I think it's just a weirdness with how sprites work, but especially when it's interacting with a 3D model like this. But in any case, with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.